Hello and welcome back to the course. Today we are going to see the cryptography and cryptanalyst. These two opposite concepts. So, as far as the cryptography is concerned, there are various ways in which we can define it. But most of the researchers they have defined the cryptography in majorly three domains, or with these three dimensions. First, the type of the operations used for the transforming the plain text to the ciphertext. Ciphertext is nothing but the scrambled message, right, which is also called as a encrypted message. Second way is the number of keys used. Third way is the way in which the plain text is processed. So we'll see this cryptographic process one by one. First type, in which we are going to see the operations used for the transforming the plain text to the ciphertext. Now, as we have already seen the encryption process, in which we are going to have this particular encryption algorithm, one of the major performer, and which is based on the two principles. First is the substitution, and second is the transposition. Substitution is nothing but we are going to replace some bits or letters, alphabets, and or group of letters or group of alphabets likewise, and it is mapped into the another element. So because of this, the data will become unidentified. Next step is a transposition. The elements in the plain text are rearranged. When we say there is a transposition takes place, once this can be done after the substitution. If it is done, then the data becomes unidentified to the opponent. The objective behind these two processes is to make the data more secure in terms of not disclosing it to the unauthorized access. And another objective is that the data should not be lost. Next way is the number of keys used. So in encryption process, there are two ways in which we can say the encryption takes place. Symmetric system encryption and asymmetric system encryption. So a symmetric system encryption takes place with the help of same key for sender as well as receiver, which is also called as a single key or secret key or a conventional encryption process. A symmetric system uses the different key for sender and receiver, which is also called as a true key or a public key encryption. Third type is the way in which the plain text is processed. Now there are two ways in which this particular plain text can be processed. First is a block processing or block ciphering, and second is a stream ciphering. So first, block ciphering is it processes input one block of the elements at a time, producing an output block. So this blockwise processing is being done. In another type is stream sector. That means processes the input elements of continuously and producing the output in one element at a time as it goes along. So when the major difference is blockwise processing and continuous processing. Now we are going to have a look on cryptanalyst. As we have seen in the previous block diagram, that cryptanalyst is the it can be the hacker or ethical hacker. So hackers, so considering that it is a hacker and trying to estimate the plain text as well as key that is being used in the encryption algorithm. So major objective for attacking is to get the key along with not only the recovering the plain text. So this key is the on focus. There are two approaches for this cryptanalysis. First is the cryptanalysis. So when we say there is an analysis to be done for plain text as well as key, what are the factors which are needed? First is it rely on the nature of the algorithm plus characteristics of plain text or the plain text and ciphertext in combination of both. So now when we when the attacker knows the nature of algorithm as well as characteristics of the plain text or both, that means simple text as well as ciphertext, then the attacker can take a appropriate or the action for that particular plain text. Next is this type of attacks exploits the characteristics of the algorithm to attempt to deduce a specific plain text or to deduce the key being used. So basically the attacker wants to exploit these kind of characteristics and the plain text along with the key which are being used. Next type is brute force attack. This is a 360-degree attack, we can say. Attacker tries every possible key on the piece of ciphertext. Ciphertext is an encrypted or the scrambled message which is not known to the end user, but still the end user or the this attacker wants to decode it with every possible way. So until an intelligible transitions into plain text is obtained. So there are various ways in which we can say the plain text can be ciphertext can be converted into the plain original text. So attacker will have all possible keys will be tried, and the type of cryptanalysis attacks is tabulated into this particular table here. The type of attacks are ciphertext only, or known plain text, or chosen plain text, or a chosen ciphertext, or chosen text only. So based on that, the cryptanalyst will be known various parameters. Likewise, for ciphertext only, the encryption algorithm as well as ciphertext. These two elements will be known to the cryptanalyst. For known plain text, the encryption algorithm, ciphertext, one or more plain text ciphertext pairs formed with the secret key. That means plain text, ciphertext, and secret key are the elements which are needed additionally with these two elements for known plain text. Now, next is a chosen plain text, in which the encryption algorithm, ciphertext, along with that plain text message chosen by the cryptanalyst, together with the corresponding ciphertext generated with the secret key. For chosen ciphertext only. That means along with these two parameters, some purported ciphertext chosen by the cryptanalyst together with the it's corresponding to the decrypted plain text generated with the secret key. So as it is the ciphertext related, that means it is related with the decryption process. Chosen text, it is along with these two factors, some plain text message chosen by the cryptanalyst, some plain text together with its corresponding ciphertext generated with a secret key, and purported ciphertext chosen by the cryptanalyst together with its corresponding decrypted plain text generated with a secret key. So these are the five types of attacks which are known to the cryptanalyst. Now we can have the average time required for exhaustive key search, because attacker will take some time to decrypt that message and searching the plain text of the key. It is tabulated into table 2.2. This is the table in which we can say the key size is mentioned in terms of bits, which is 32, 56, 128, and 168. And a number of alternative keys, time required at 1 decryption per millisecond, and time required at 10 raised to 6 decryption per millisecond. So as you see, this particular minimum 32-bit required 2.15 milliseconds, whereas in time required for 1 decryption, so this is 10 raised to 6 decryption per millisecond. So it is a 32.15 milliseconds required for that conversion, that decryption. And here for 1 decryption per millisecond is 2 raised to 13, 31, 2 raised to 31, that is equivalent to 35.8 minutes. So this much time is required for the decryption. So based on the type of encryption message, and in which how much how much bit key is used for the encrypted data, the time will be different for 1 milliseconds or 10 to 6 decryption per milliseconds likewise. So along with that, we can say this 26 character permutation combination can be done, and for that we need to have a 6.4 and 10 into 10 to 6 years. So the duration required for the decryption is in terms of years. So this is one of the huge time which is required for the decryption to the attackers. As a result, we are going to see the binary key size. And for 56 key, the data encryption standard algorithm is used. 168 key size, the triple DES is used. And for 128-bit key size, the advanced encryption standard is used. Now we will see the substitution techniques. As we know, the substitution is nothing but replacing the alphabets with some other alphabets with the to make the data scrambled. So substitution techniques is one in which the letters of plain text are replaced by other letters or by numbers or the symbols. So substitution can be of symbols, alphabet or numbers. In the plain text, is viewed as a sequence of bits. Then substitution involves replacing the plain text bit patterns with the ciphertext bit patterns. So that we are going to see these details about the substitution technique in the next coming videos. Thanks for watching.